Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. And I am getting no place at the model table, that is. I have been busy. Got up fairly early this morning. Everything was going good. I figured that probably by now I'd be painting little parts. Then I thought, I better go and get a couple of items that I needed. One of them was dish soap, for at the sink. So I thought, well, I'll go and get that and see if there's anything else. Well, one full shopping cart later, I get home, and guess what I didn't get? The soap. Now, I'm thinking it's small enough that in all likelihood I can maybe go on the motorcycle and get it sometime. I'm not right out, but I've got to the place where I went and I got the soap from downstairs, and I'm using that up here because I ran out of the upstairs soap, But eventually, I'm going to run out. Anyway, enough about the soap. Missy the dog came by when I was repackaging stuff in the kitchen. Maybe you'll see it later. We had a bit of a sunrise. You wouldn't think so right now. Right now it's pretty cloudy out there. But we had a sunrise. The walkers came by. I'll try and remember to show it to you today. I am tired. Right now I'm feeling really tired. I sort of been on my feet for about 3 hours, and when you got arthritis in your knees, being on your feet for 3 hours, it's tires you out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera off, and I'm going to clean up these little parts, just sort of relax, you might say. That's kind of relaxing. Yeah, no big news. No big news. Let's roll back to when Missy the dog came by. Hello, Missy. I thought I had missed you when I went grocery shopping. I thought maybe you'd come by. Yeah, so my hands are going to smell like hamburger right now. Woo. Yeah, ground beef. All right.
What a treat.
Yeah. Okay, let's go talk to Max. I thought maybe you guys had come by when I was out grocery shopping.
I took a handkerchief and I dried off these seats best I could from the glue. They still have to change their pants when we go in. Yeah, I let her. She's a tired doodle.
She slept in, did she?
One thing or another, she's been shorted about an hour and a half sleep for 3 days. You ready?
I'm ready.
And doodles need 15 to 17 hours of sleep a day. They're really active, athletic, acrobatic dogs. And last night, Rainey would throw a frisbee or a ball in the living room, and she'd just stare at it. She'd look at me. I'm a despondent doodle now. I'm a doodle on the edge.
She's growling at something.
The FedEx man.
Oh, FedEx man. Oh, he might be bringing some dog bones for you, Missy.
And she was in her kennel this morning. I heard her claw scraping. She makes her bed. She covers the bottom of the kennel nicely with her blanket. And I knew she was awake. But I didn't open her door until I knew she was awake. And very efficient to pee on Ron's lawn and the poo on Cassie's and straight back.
Yeah, she knows not to do it on your lawn.
She won't. She won't.
Yeah, you got it figured out, Missy. You got it all figured out. Okay. Got a comment from a viewer last night. Says, is there going to be a Max and Missy show? Yeah, I didn't even start on my model yet today. I went grocery shopping early, and you know, you go into the grocery store and you think, I'm just going to get a couple of things. Yeah.
And you wish you brought not a hand basket, but a wheeled basket.
That's right. I filled my cart. So I'm busy right now repackaging stuff.
What time did you get to Superstore?
About 7:30, something like that it was.
When does it open?
7 o'clock.
Oh.
That's the time to go shopping.
There's not many people there, right?
No. But then quite often there's only maybe 2 cashiers. So, you know.
But did you have a line up?
No, I didn't. In fact, the girl waved me into her, and I was the first one there, and for at least at that time. So it worked out good. Yeah.
I'm going to order groceries today, and we'll probably go pick them up tomorrow. Got a little scratch.
She's got an itch somewhere. You say she scratches her ear when she does that?
No, she's scratching her nose. Doodles have allergies. And the food that comes out of their eyes, most of these allergies.
All our pieces are cleaned up now. Probably 90% cleaned up. And just a moment ago I was thinking, where's my little piece of photo etch? I knew I'd seen it earlier today. Now I can't seem to find it. So I'm going to have to take a moment and look on the floor. Anyway, while I'm thinking of it, this piece right here that I said was the smallest piece, I was noticing when I was trying to get the sprue off of it that Trumpeter has even gone to the trouble of embossing a little needle, indicator needle. I think it's a pressure gauge. This and this go together, and then this piece here goes into that little hole. Before I do too much moving around here, I better try and find that piece of photo etch. Okay, I did find it, but not after about 5 minutes of looking. And it was in the last place I looked. What always is, right? Because then you stop looking. But I took my bright light here, and I'm looking around on the floor, and then I'm looking around on the table, and yeah, I probably spent about 5 minutes, and I was just about ready to give up. And then I thought, well, do you suppose somehow it ended up on here? And so I'm looking on here, you know, and it's, you know, I'm not seeing it anywhere. And so I start moving stuff around, and then you might say, play the shell game. Can you believe it? And did it get stuck under there? I don't know how that happened. It's almost like I deliberately did it, but I didn't. Okay, now one of the viewers was saying that before we glue this piece of photo etch, and it has to be folded together to form one piece that is almost, you might say, a gear. And I have this urge to sort of squeeze on it. Yeah, there it goes. Maybe I should be zooming in a bit. I don't know if you can be able to see it better or not. Okay, it goes together like this. Now this piece gets put in here after it's painted, and he was suggesting that perhaps if this is supposed to be a different color, and I'm going to check the painting and marking guide and see, it'd be best maybe to paint this first before we try to slip it in place. I believe it's supposed to go something like this. Yeah, that looks right. That's actually the first time I'm trying it. So, okay, let's get this in a safe place so we don't lose it again. Now, what was I going to say here? Oh yeah, we were going to put the macro lens on and have a nice close look at this part right here. Okay, now my plan is to try and assemble this thing on camera And I'm realizing that when I start poking around on here, it's going to be moving out of the field of view. So what I'm going to do, and this may not be a good idea, I'm going to put a little piece of double-sided tape down and just sort of stick it on that. And okay, now let's try and get it centered so that when I rotate it, it's going to stay in the center. I think that's going to be all right. Okay, now we're going to do a bit of a dry run here. It's supposed to go, maybe hold Tony's tweezers at a different angle here. Supposed to go like this. And then just fit right in there. And this is the first time I'm doing this. So yeah, that went really nice. I've said this before. That's one thing I've got to say for trumpeter. They do get their parts to fit really good. This is extra thin. It's not the quick setting, just the regular extra thin. Get rid of that bubble. Okay, now this is the part in question. Now I do believe it has to be put on so that, let's see if I can set it down on top there without accidentally, maybe Tony's tweezers are just a little bit too heavy duty here. Okay, now I think it's supposed to be put in such a way that the dial is facing towards the center of it. Yeah, this whole thing sits on top of the, what you might call the crankshaft end of the engine, like where what looks like a flywheel and so on goes. Now I don't know if those things actually would have a flywheel, but because the generator that they were attached to would act as a flywheel, but see if I can twist this here. It's gotta. Okay, bear with me. It's supposed to go something like that. Only it has to. I'm just going to double check the manual, but I think it's supposed to go not in that orientation, because then the dial would be facing down. It goes to the side. Now I'm hoping that it'll be where we can see it. I'm just going to push stop here for a minute and check my manual. No, it actually goes the other way. So we're going to take it out. I'm going to turn it in my tweezer here. Now, for goodness sakes, don't squeeze too hard and have it go pinging across the room. Okay, now get some extra thin here. Now, it's supposed to go with the, yeah, that's the back. Once I get the tweezers out of the way, we'll try and get the light just right so that it's going to, you'll be able to see the dial and everything a little better. It's not quite straight. I believe it's supposed to be sort of, you know, in a sort of square to the part. Okay, I don't think I need to do any, no, let's not mess around with it. Let's just let that extra thin dry out of there now. Okay, our extra thin has not evaporated yet, but I was just noticing that Missy is going out for her walk, her afternoon walk. I glanced over at the clock here, and it is 1:30 in the afternoon right now. In 2 hours, I'm going to be getting a coffee visitor. Anyway, let's see if I can watch the monitor and see if I can get it to reflect so that you can see the, yeah, look at that. You can see that there's a little indicator gauge embossed in it. That's pretty neat. I mean, just let me do something for comparison here. Okay, That's pretty good. Okay, let's see if there's anything else we can do this afternoon. I pretty well got to call it quits though here. Okay, I got to call it quits. I'm sorry. Not a very good day at the model table today. Missy the dog is still in here. I have done no editing. I might be in big trouble yet today. I just got too involved with other things. You know, repackaging my groceries. I've got celery soup in the pressure cooker, and you know, life got in the way of the model table. We shouldn't let it do that, right? Okay, I'm gonna call it quits, and thank you all for watching. And all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.